evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. Today is Tuesday, March the 19th, 2013. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Chip Ramsey with the Saturday Independent newspaper. In tonight's news, Secretary of the State's office is warning home buyers and sellers about a scam. The governor has signed into law a bill which would allow gun carry permit holders to store weapons in their cars, and will show you how over 500 people fulfilled their chocolate fantasy. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6. Stay tuned.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
Tullahoma Drug has a gift for keeping well. You know about prescriptions, but there's so much more to tell. There's a gift for all occasions, for body, soul, and mind. Cards to show you care, gifts to show your kind. There are remedies and recipes and treats, you'll want to eat them. Stacks of books from famous cooks and spectacles to read them. Shades and frames, puzzles, games, dishes, plates, and mugs. We're a Tullahoma treasure. We are Tullahoma Drug.
On the train test range, the search for any possible weakness continues. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
Hello, my name is Joe Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. I'm here to talk to you about a couple incentives that are going on between now and the end of the year. First is your federal tax credit up to $300. Secondly, 0% financing up to 15 months on XL products. Third, spring promotion up to $1,100. Finally, $500 incentives from your local power distributor. Please give us a call at 455-8757. Thank you.
With Charter, TV will never be the same. Now you can make a date with your favorite movies and shows anywhere and anytime with on-the-go content from Charter.
Welcome back. Secretary of State Trey Hargett is warning home buyers and sellers about a scam involving real estate titles. According to the office's Business Services Division, letters have been sent to at least 8 real estate companies suggesting that there are claims against titles of more than 24 residential properties. The letters are postmarked from Portland, Oregon, and claim they were submitted on behalf of an organization called the French Trust. The letters threaten court action against anyone attempting to sell any of the listed properties. Hargett said it was not immediately clear the motivation for sending the letters, but said the information in the letters is not true. He urged people to contact the Business Services Division for assistance at 615-741-2286. Governor Bill Haslam has signed a bill that would allow people with handgun carry permits to store firearms in their vehicles no matter where they are parked. The signing comes despite questions about whether the legislation affects employment law in Tennessee. Senate Speaker Ron Ramsey of Blountville and 4 fellow Republican co-sponsors on Thursday submitted a letter for inclusion into the Senate Journal elaborating on their legislative intent for the measure. While the letter states that the bill does not seek to alter the state's employment at will doctrine, it notes that businesses could run into trouble if they seek to enforce a gun ban on their property. The legislation was approved 28-5 in the Senate and 72-22 in the House last month. It's scheduled to take effect July 1st. A circuit court judge and the prosecutor now serving Coffee County say they are opposed to a state Senate plan that would merge the judicial districts with Warren County and Van Buren counties. The Saturday Independent reports District Attorney General Mickey Lane and Judge Craig Johnson say the merger might not be the money-saving deal that's pushed by State Senate Speaker Ron Ramsey. Ramsey, a Bluntville Republican, says his move would form standalone judicial districts in Rutherford and Williamson counties. Lane says the merger would result in fewer people providing services to more people in 4 counties. He believes Ramsey has other reasons for the merger besides money saving. State Representative Judd Matheny and State Senator Janice Bowling, both Tullahoma Republicans, say they also oppose the merger. Coffee County's other circuit court judge, Vanessa Jackson, voiced her opposition to the plan last week to the Tullahoma Board of Mayor and Aldermen, who passed a resolution opposing the judicial redistricting.
A 4-day simulated emergency drill was staged at the site of the Bonnaroo Music Festival in Manchester last week by federal emergency responders to help them prepare for and train for a larger scale emergency. The Homeland Response Force, which is part of the Federal Emergency Management Agency, spent 4 days at the rural 700-acre farm that hosts the Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival every summer and draws about 80,000 fans each year. Coffee County EMA Director Alan Lindley told the Saturday Independent that he was glad to have the emergency responders from Atlanta train at the site because the exercise was beneficial to local authorities as well. The drill analyzed communication and emergency response to the site in a variety of emergency scenarios, including a plane crash.
Tennessee's unemployment rate for January was 7.7%, a slight increase from the previous month. Department of Labor and Workforce Development Commissioner Carla Davis said last Thursday that there are more than 2.8 million people employed in Tennessee. That's the highest employment total for the state since December 2007. The unemployment rate for last December was 7.6%. State figures show that non-farm employment increased by 7,600 jobs between December and January. We'll be right back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
Has your love taken a downturn? Are you in a relationship recession? You need a bailout. Hope has arrived. You're qualified for the romance stimulus package at Woodard's Diamond Showroom. We have an entire store filled with fine jewelry that will put the sparkle back in your love story. Our team of romance advisors has the surefire plan to get your passion on the road to recovery. Woodard's Diamond Showroom inside Northgate Mall of Tullahoma.
Mark, you've won just about everything there is to win in racing. What's next?
I'd like more people to know about ER Extra.
The emergency room at Harton Regional Medical Center?
I just want them to get the best care they can get.
That just gets me right here, Mark.
Maybe you'd like to pay them a visit.
ER Extra at Harton Regional Medical Center.
ER Extra. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Hi, Trey McNabb, Stan McNabb, Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. Right now, you can get the 2013 Buick Verano with no money down for just $279 a month.
We both purchased our vehicles from Stan McNabb Chevrolet in January.
And we could not be happier with the decision to buy them here.
Don't forget about the Stan McNabb $500 price match guarantee. We will meet or beat any new car price or give you a check for $500. You can view all our inventory online at stanmcnabb.com. And remember, if anyone can, Stan can.
How many TVs in your house? More than this one? That's why Charter's approach to DVR is better. Individual DVRs for each TV, so you can record and play back your favorite shows on any TV in your house. You can even pause and rewind live TV on each TV. You can't do that with Satellite's whole home solution. They try to sell you one big dumb DVR for everything. Want the best DVR? Try Charter. It's smarter.
Welcome back. Governor Bill Haslam's proposal to tighten enrollment requirements at privately run online schools passed the Senate last week. The measure, guided by Republican Senator Majority Leader Mark Norris of Collierville, was approved 27-2 on Thursday. The proposal would allow beginning online school to start with an enrollment of 1,500 and continue to expand as long as they meet performance requirements. If they fail to do so for 3 consecutive years, the State Education Commission can cap enrollment or direct the local school board to close it. Haslam's initial proposal sought to cap online school enrollment at 5,000. Critics have pushed for capping enrollment following the low performance of the Tennessee Virtual Academy, the state's only privately owned virtual school. Education Commissioner Kevin Huffman called its first-year test results, quote, unacceptable.
An extradition hearing is set for this Thursday for a Grundy County native accused of the shooting death of a Manchester man last November. Troy Lynn King, age 41, is charged with the murder of Thomas Colucci, age 41. King was arrested by state and federal authorities in Imperial Beach, California, earlier this month. Coffee County authorities believe King shot the victim multiple times at his Maple Springs Road home near the Cannon County line November 13th. King was the estranged husband of Colucci's live-in girlfriend, Connie King. She initially told investigators Colucci was shot while she was upstairs at the home. Troy King has a lengthy felony record. Colucci was a former stage manager for country singer Joe DiMazzina. Authorities say at least one more arrest is expected in connection with the death.
The city of Bell Buckle celebrated their annual Daffodil Day last Saturday. That event is rich in heritage associated with the Webb School, which has been in operation for over 100 years. We spoke with one of the shop owners in Bell Buckle, who is quite the expert on the history of that city. Let's watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in Bell Buckle, Tennessee today for their annual Daffodil Day, and I'm speaking with Billy Phillips, who's owner of one of the businesses here in Bell Buckle. Tell us a little bit about Daffodil Days. How did it get its name, and what's it all about?
Well, Bell Buckle Daffodil Days actually came about 30 years ago. The town of Bell Buckle is, of course, a tourist town and known for antiques and arts and crafts and handmade things and collectibles. And the stores did not have a lot of business in January and February and March, so a lot of the stores would close in the winter months. Well, come March, all these beautiful daffodils would bloom every year, and it was kind of the reopening and the renewal of Bell Buckle. So the people knew to come back and see all the new spring inventory. Well, Bell Buckle is a bustling place now, and we have literally hundreds of visitors every day and people from all across the country, so we don't really have to close down anymore. But where the daffodils came from is kind of an interesting story. The Webb School, the college preparatory school that's here in Bell Buckle, just a couple of blocks from the historic downtown shopping area, in the 1920s and 30s, every time the boys would get 5 demerits, they would have to plant a foot of daffodils. And literally from downtown Bell Buckle, Highway 82 to Highway 231, there were 6 miles of daffodils that bloom up both sides of the road. So obviously we were very thankful for a lot of bad boys that were here in the 1920s and 30s. And over the years we've lost some of them and we've replanted. In Bell Buckle you have over 100 varieties of daffodils. There's about 120 different species. Bell Buckle is known to have about 105 of those. So pretty unique of a town of 453 people that we have at least a fourth of the population is daffodils.
Unbelievable. I imagine that daffodils must be a pretty hardy plant because the weather's just now getting warm. So.
This year our daffodils were a little lax. We had a very mild winter to begin with, so we had daffodils blooming in January, February, and March, but we turned out having a cool snap this last week, which held back a lot of the unusual varieties, particularly the doubles and the pinks and the peaches. So we had some really nice examples and a really great flower competition that we have, like your locally best owned, best grown, and best decorated. You have all these different categories. We have categories for children, we have categories for older people, and we had several hundred entries, and it was a beautiful show.
Okay, I've learned something I didn't know. I thought they were all yellow, but apparently not.
No, there are a lot of different variations. You have your, basically you have your paper whites, you have your narcissus, you have daffodils, you have buttercups, but they're basically all in the Jonical family, which means they're all bulbs. So that's why you have such great variety of them, and also why you have such a time span of anywhere from 60 to 90 blooming days.
Okay, and I understand that this year you sort of combined something about Arbor Day with this particular festivity.
Bell Buckle is celebrating Arbor Day. This, I believe, was our 15th year. We are Tree City, USA, which means we are the smallest town in the state of Tennessee who plants over hundreds of trees every year at our local park. And what's unique, of course, in a small town here, when you don't have major civic organizations, when people pass in town, people have trees donated in their name. game, and you can go up to our local park and have a lot of special memories for people that have lived here in the past. So not only that, we have the Arbor Day ceremony. We also had a Miss Daffodil contest where we had the cute little kids and little girls in the daffodil contest, and that was an added event today, and of course live music. So it was a lot of fun, and the weather couldn't have worked out better. It's about 70 degrees and a pretty blue sky.
All right. Stay with us. More Newsleader on 6 is coming up in a moment.
Citizens Tri-County Bank has offices in Tullahoma. And for your banking convenience, offices all across this region. At Citizens Tri-County Bank, we listen when you tell us what you want in banking. So at our beautiful new Tullahoma downtown office at 201 North Jackson Street, enjoy the kids' playroom, home-like fireplace sitting area, drive-up 24/7 ATM, ample parking, and lighted and camera-monitored drive-thrus. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank you'll ever need. Welcome to Camino Real, home of the area's most authentic Mexican food. Expect quality service in a friendly environment that features the only truly authentic Mexican food in the area, with favorites like tacos, fajitas, enchiladas, burritos, tostadas, freshly made guacamole, and Mexican rice, all made from scratch using homemade Mexican recipes and only the freshest ingredients. Come and enjoy a meal at Camino Real with the great food, friendly service, and warm atmosphere of Old Mexico.
Who needs this modern world? I can live just fine out here without the road rage and boy bands. Of course, I might miss my Charter HD with football on ESPN and Walking Dead on AMC. ESPN and AMC. And, well, Shark Week on Discovery HD. But that's all. AMC, ESPN, Discovery, TBS, and Comedy Central HD. But that's it. Except for HBO HD.
Charter now has over 100 HD channels and more brilliant HD shows on demand than ever.
Welcome back. Our media partners at Fantasy 101.5 FM Radio held their annual Chocolate Fantasy last Sunday afternoon. Jim spoke with Fantasy owner Amber Dotson about the event.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're at a real sweet event today in Manchester at the Coffee County Convention Center. I'm speaking with Amber Dotson, who is with Fantasy 101.5 Radio, and I think the organizer of this event today, which is called, appropriately, Chocolate Fantasy. A great event here today, Amber.
That's it. We're celebrating our 10th year, and we have about 27, 28 vendors from all over the Southeast, different chocolate creations, caterers, restaurants, just all kinds of stuff. So we're excited. We got a big crowd too.
It has been a huge turnout. I noticed when I came in here today. Is this one of the bigger turnouts that you had?
I'd say it is. I haven't checked ticket sales, but just judging by all the folks here, we average about 500 or so, but we may be even up a little bit this year.
Take us back a little bit and tell us a little bit about the how you started this event. What was your motivation to do that?
We've always done different events throughout the year. We had a barbecue for a while. That when Old Timers Day went out, we quit doing the barbecue, so we had some time to fill. So we came up with this idea, and it really took off. Like I say, it's our 10th year, so everybody loves it.
I am really surprised. There's hundreds of ways, obviously, to use this chocolate as we're seeing here today.
Mm-hmm. There are, and we've got chocolate bread. In the past, we've had chocolate chili, chocolate popcorn, chocolate potpourri. Chocolate jewelry. Anything you can imagine, we've got it or have had it over the 10 years.
Anything new this year that you haven't seen before?
This year we've actually got a dance club who's brought some stuff from chocolate, so that we haven't had them before, so that's going to be exciting to see what they brought. And of course the chocolate fountains, you can't go wrong. We've got the white chocolate and the regular chocolate, so that's always a big hit. But we've got a great assortment of chocolate. You won't go hungry.
I've always been so impressed with this chocolate fountain, and we've had it on film before. Matter of fact, we used it in a promo for this event today. And who does that for you? How does that work?
It's the conference center, the Manchester Coffee County Conference Center, and anybody can do it. Anybody can rent it. They can have it for their party, their event, and they also do the I don't know if you saw it or not, but all the fruit, and they decorate with the fruit, and they have fresh fruit, and then they carve watermelons and that sort of thing. So they do a great job.
Okay. Are some of these vendors here today, are they in business for themselves and actually sell these products?
We have, originally we just had people come and sample, but they enjoyed it so much they wanted to actually buy it. So a lot of the vendors brought samples, but then if you like it a lot, then you can buy it too. So.
Okay. Well, I got to tell you, is this the most fun event you do every year?
Are you kidding me? Of course. Nothing competes with this. This is the best.
I'd have to agree. Amber, thank you so much. A great event, and thank you so much for all you do for this community, and certainly here today bringing a lot of joy to a lot of people.
Thank you. I'm glad you came out. Thank you.
And don't forget to tune into this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evening at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Kathy from Duck River Raceway to tell us about an exciting event coming to their place. We'll also hear about an enormous Easter egg hunt coming to Tullahoma. The local offices of Contact Lifeline is looking for volunteers. All that and more on this week's Living Show. We'll be right back in just a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
The highest standard of excellence requires dedication and commitment. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of excellence in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's going to be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor, too, when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
When you're running late headed to that sporting event or horse show and hungry but need gas, you don't have to choose which to get. Just stop at any Quick Mart where gas prices are normal and the food is outstanding. Burgers, fries, salads, sub sandwiches, chicken strips, egg rolls, even pizza can be picked up while the gas is pumping. Stop by any Quick Mart today and not only save time, but enjoy some good cooking, southern hospitality, and prices you can live with.
Some people think that pressing their on-demand button will cost money or make their house explode or something. Of course, neither of these things is true. On-demand is just a way to access thousands of free movies and TV shows. The code to blow up a house is actually channel up, channel down, 2*, 77.
On demand. Thousands of free movies and TV shows on your schedule, and nothing bad.
Welcome back. The Tullahoma Wildcat baseball team is off to a sizzling start to the 2013 season. The Cats, who are unbeaten so far, have scored 89 runs in their 7 wins while giving up only 22. That's in an average margin of victory of over 9 runs per game. Tullahoma breezed through their first 4 games of the Chattanooga Wildcat Classic baseball tournament over the weekend, beating 4 opponents by a combined score of 57-10 before running into perhaps the best pitcher they've faced so far in Sunday's final game. Gwinnett County, Georgia pitcher Blake Puckett held the Cats to just 6 hits in 9 innings before giving way to a relief pitcher in the 10th. Tullahoma scored 2 unearned runs in the 10th to come away with a 6-4 win in 10 innings. Jordan Sheffield, who was named tournament MVP, was also named tournament MVP. Tullahoma plays Murfreesboro Riverdale at 1:30 p.m. this Saturday.
The Tullahoma Lady Wildcats presented Coach Gary Barfield with his first victory as head coach last Thursday night, a 10-2 win over visiting Warren County. Barfield coming off a highly successful career at Motlow State that included a trip to the Junior College World Series, has been a teacher and basketball coach at East Middle School the past 2 years, in addition to serving as an assistant softball coach last season. The Lady Cats have only 2 seniors on their 16-player squad.
And the deadline for filing individual federal tax returns is fast approaching. Here are some tips about how you can get some free help from the IRS in preparing your return. Let's watch.
Hi, I'm Maria, and I work for the Internal Revenue Service. Did you know that we work with thousands of organizations to help people file their tax returns for free? That's right, and you may be eligible for that help. Generally, if you made about $51,000 or less last year, you can get your tax return prepared for free in your own community. The work is done by volunteer income tax assistants and the tax counseling for the elderly programs, also known as VITA and TCE. Besides helping people who earn $51,000 or less, they also help senior citizens, people with disabilities, and people who don't speak English very well. Trained IRS-certified volunteer preparers are ready to assist you with the sometimes complicated world of taxes. Each year, they complete millions of tax returns. These volunteers will not only prepare your tax return, they will also help you receive any tax credits and take any deductions for which you qualify. And the best part of all is that it's free. So check out our website, irs.gov, and type the word VITA in the search box to find the VITA or TCE site that is nearest to you.
We'll be right back with your weather forecast after these messages.
The construction sale continues at Russell Barnett Kia in Tullahoma. Even though the construction process is still going on, Russell Barnett says we have to move them out now. Check out this 2013 Kia Rio, yours today for $15,995. With America's best warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. So remember, Russell Barnett Kia in Tullahoma is the dealer for the people. And my question is, why buy anywhere else?
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
The Charter Triple Play lets you experience TV, internet, and phone the way you want with no contracts. Hooked on HD? Now over 100 HD channels available. Movie lover? Get 10,000 on-demand movies and shows. 1,500 in HD, including movies in 3D. Missing your favorite shows? Record and watch TV with DVR service for 4 rooms and over 780 hours of storage space. Get Charter TV for $29.99 a month. Photo fiend, music fan, video streamer? Switch to super fast Charter Internet and do it all with the bandwidth to support all your devices. At 30 megabits per second, Charter Internet is 10 times faster than the phone company's DSL. Get Charter Internet for $29.99 a month. Want more talk for less? Charter Phone has unlimited long-distance calling with no added fees like the phone company charges. Get Charter Phone for $29.99 a month. The new Charter Triple Play. TV, internet, and phone for just $29.99 a month each when bundled. Call 855-81-T-PLAY now.
Imagine a world with more birthdays. A world where cancer is scarce. 11 million survivors show the progress we've made and prove that it's not just a dream. We're the American Cancer Society. Help create a world with more birthdays at morebirthdays.com.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1982 at 83 degrees. The record low was in 1965 at 23 degrees. The average high on this day is 62 and the average low is 37. For tonight, look for partly cloudy weather with a low of around 37. Partly cloudy weather expected for Wednesday with a high of 54 and a low of 27, and partly cloudy weather also in the forecast for Thursday with a high of 47 and a low of 36. And that's our newsletter report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6.
Have a great evening.